Hi folks, my name is Dave and welcome to week 7 of my quad tendon rupture rehab video series. And I thought I'd take you through some highlights of last week and this coming week. And the first thing I'm going to do is show you what I'm doing here. This is cool. So right now I have a 50-degree angle that I can walk at, and I am going to move this to 60 on both sides. So that gives me a little extra play to be able to walk this week, which will be great. And 50 has felt really good from not having any angle at all to work with over the last 5-6 weeks. So anyway, that is really cool. And in fact, this will be the last week that I will even need to wear this brace. It comes off at the end of next weekend, so very cool. One of the things I talked about a couple weeks ago was the adhesions that appear in your scarring, and I'll give you a little close-up of that. I don't know how well you can see that, but anyway, what I had here, and I still do, I can feel these bumps, where the stitches were, and there's tissue that's either adhering to the skin or to the muscle below, and so I'm working them all the time, just mashing them and working them side to side and every which way, and they've gone down a lot. Physical therapy last Friday, they did what's called cupping, and which is kind of a massage technique, but they have a little tool that they can put on there, and obviously it suctions and brings that up to the surface, and then they run that all over the place here, and a little more painful than I thought it was going to be. But what it's doing is it's lifting that up and trying to break the adhesion from down below. And the way you can tell it works is if it's getting red here, then blood is getting into that area and doing its thing. So even this little bit that I've been doing right here, you can already see it's red. So anyway, I just keep doing that, and eventually those will go away. That's really important, because as we move further and further to bending my knee, and you can see right now I'm pretty much just sitting here at 90 degrees, which a week ago was very stressful to get it to this point, and now I can, for a little while, I can keep it like this, and it feels okay, but it will tire quickly if I keep it like this. But anyway, my point was, these adhesions are eventually going to prevent me from being able to bend it any further, because they're not loose. It's keeping everything tight here. So that's why we got to keep working them. One of the things I've realized this week is that my head thinks I'm a lot further along than my knee thinks it is. And so now that I've had my knee at 50 degrees and trying to walk normal, I have to kind of do a marching step with my knee to try to make it bend, because it doesn't want to right now, but it's getting better all the time. But what I found out is, my head thinks that I can walk at a normal speed, but anytime there's a downhill slope or any kind of something that's not smooth, something that's in your way, man, I'm telling you, it's I can hyperextend it really easy, and the brace catches it and won't allow it to do that. So that's one of the things I have to work on this week, because if the brace comes off a week from now, there's nothing there to protect me from that. So the knee has to be strong enough to catch it itself, and I got to help it out too. So again, that's my head part that has to realize that I'm not as far along as I want to be, because I want to be done with this, but that's just how it goes. Okay, so a couple highlights for the week. Saturday, I went to an outdoor wedding. Very uneven surface everywhere, as you can imagine. And then Saturday night, I went to an outdoor concert. And we were sitting in little beach chairs, and then I had my foot up on a little igloo ice chest, and it did just great. But I will tell you this, I was pretty tired. It was pretty sore when I got home, and I did not do anything Sunday. I just stayed home just to rest it and to ice it, and today it feels okay. So, in fact, you can't really see here, but I think I'd mentioned before I had a pain on the inside of my knee, and that was also preventing me from, or I think probably from, being able to bend it any farther than I've been able to. I'm officially at 93 degrees. That was where I was on Friday, and I think that inside part of my knee is like, it was keeping me from going any farther, because that was the pain point, and that I just couldn't, push it anymore. That's slowly going away, and we think, physical therapist says that's actually probably part of the hip. The hip actually comes around, the muscles come around and wrap to the inside of the knee, and so I need to keep doing my hip exercises, strengthening that, and start letting the hip do the work that it should do, and that just takes time, but doing exercises. So today, after work, it is beautiful outside today. It's been raining for several days. Finally looks nice again, and so I was outside doing a little bit of yard work, and I'm telling you how fast you can get out of shape, just bending over and picking up some weeds and doing this and that. Man, I was tired, and I did that right before filming here. So it's just another indication, like, I've got to get, do my exercises, whatever they allow me to do it as best I can, and get back into shape, and where I can do normal things without huffing and puffing. So that's my goal. Okay, I think that does it for week 7, and I'm looking forward to telling you next week how I'm doing at the 60-degree angle, and then my plan is to go with no brace after that. So very exciting. It's really good progress. I'm very happy about that. So we will see you next time. Thanks.